on a figure no less distinguished than Maya Angelou's true story. Not the story he's telling tonight, Ben Kaplan.
So true. Yeah, if you want that story, just cash me outside. Talk about it. Can everyone hear me? Yeah? Okay. This is a story about a girl named Bud. I'm just thinking, what if I did start my story like that? That would be so on brand. But this is about another aspect of my personal brand, which is long, drawn-out conflicts of my own design. So, when I was 18, I was at my friend's country house, which is a thing that people in the city have. They're very glamorous. But I was on her pool deck, and I guess someone must have like thrown a ball at me or something, because I was just all of a sudden flailing, and I fell over, and I slipped my foot, and I felt the most intense, like, scale 1 to 10, 10 being the most intense pain you've ever felt in your entire life. This was my 10. The most intense pain I've ever felt in my entire life in the bottom of my foot. And I'm on this pool deck, and I look down at my foot, and sticking out of it is no less than like 1 inch of wood. And the rest of it's just kind of in there. So obviously I'm sobbing. Because I have the pain tolerance of a goldfish. And I run to my friend's mom, I'm like, you gotta take it out. And then she tries to take it out, I'm like, don't take it out! Oh my god! I'm flailing, I'm kicking, I'm screaming, she can't do anything. She sends me home. To my parents. My mother's out of town. Had I arrived home and said, Mom, I have a really bad splinter, it is 10 out of 10 pain, this is what would have happened. Get in the car now. Get in the car. It would have been my fault. I would have done something very wrong, but it would have been fixed. Instead, my father was home. For those of you who don't know my father, which is probably most of you, he's a very gentle, kind, kind of passive man, and he really hates hospitals. So we weren't going to the unit. We weren't going anywhere. Dad was gonna do this himself. I should have found this alarming at the time, but Dad pours a glass of red wine. Just chill out, I guess. Okay? I know what's coming. At this point, I am now crying again. Which is a motif. Okay? And I'm like this. On a chair, and my dad has my foot and in his hand, and he goes in, and I yell louder than I've ever yelled in my life, and I'm crying, and he's crying, and he's crying, you know, just guys being guys, hanging out with my dad, doing dad stuff. Long story short, he gets it out. Oh my god, this is incredible. I've never felt such a relief in my entire life. Again, I cry, 3rd time. It's kind of been a continuous cry the whole time, so like, where do you even draw the line? And I'm exuberant, and I keep the splinter by my bed, like a memento mori of only me, ever. It takes a little while to heal, but it heals. I go on with my life. I go to college. After all that, I'm successful. I rise from my own ashes. It's incredible. Until January 2015. Your boy's running, getting his fitness in. When he looks down at his foot and realizes, oh my god, it's kind of swollen. This really hurts. It's not like a 10 out of 10, 10 being the worst pain I've ever had, but it's like a 6. So I go home and I tell my dad, and he once again pours a glass of wine. I should have taken this as a sign. And my mom's just like, obviously just go to the orthopedist. This is probably like plantar fasciitis or something. My mom is not a doctor. No one in my family's a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I went to the doctor. And the doctor's like, it's probably plantar fasciitis. Let's just see, what this is. Let's do an ultrasound. Okay? Cool. Never had one of those done. Put school gel on it. This will feel cold. Yes. That's on the bottom of my foot. Down. I have never heard a doctor just straight drop the F-bomb. Like, right off the bat. There was no intro or outro to the F-bomb. It was just the F-bomb. And he turned the screen to me and just said, "What is this?" And no joke, autopilot, no thought. I'm like, "Oh, that's Carl." And as one would, my doctor followed up and asked, "Who is Carl?" And I say calmly, "Oh my God, Carl's the Splinter." Carl was the name I had subconsciously given to the piece of wood that had been dwelling in the bottom of my foot for 5 years. I knew Carl had been there. But I never confronted Carl until this moment. Because I didn't need to confront Carl. Things were going fine. He's like, "I can't do this in the office. You have to go to the OR." Yes, ladies and germs, I had to go to the operating room. I had to get propofol. You know what that is now? I've been known what it is. Okay? So I have an incision this big in the bottom of my foot from a splinter. 2-month recovery. I'm laid up. Percocet and Scandal. That's it. 2 potent analgesics. Okay? But once said analgesics wore off, once it came time for me to resume my activities of daily living, I really had to sit and think about what the hell just happened. It's not often you get a chance to think about yourself in this context. Because again, I think this is a literally unique situation. But here I was, this was 2015, I was pretty damn sure I was going to medical school. I was lucky enough and still am lucky enough to have really good health insurance because my mom works as a social worker at Mount Sinai in New York. There was absolutely nothing stopping me from going to the doctor. And yet and still, I let a splinter live in the bottom of my foot for 5 years. Ben, why'd you do it? Because I was scared. I was scared as hell. I did not want to go to the doctor. I wanted to be a doctor, but I wasn't ready to go to the doctor. And there's something extremely scary about confronting the fact that your body might not be working in the way that you want it to. And that if you take this one step towards something, it may suck you down a rabbit hole that you really don't want to go down. You may want to be able to go to work. You may not feel like you can afford to take off this amount of time in your life. Take out this energy and the recovery and all of that. I mean, it was enough to make me ignore the fact that I had a literal foreign body in the bottom of my foot for 5 years. And let me be clear, I have sequelae. I'm in physical therapy right now for patellar tendonitis. You know why? Because I walked like this for 5 years. Kernick, is that right? Is that how you're supposed to do that? No. Not even a little. So what is the take-home message here? Go to your podiatrist. Make sure you don't have any foreign bodies. But once you've done that, maybe take a second to think about the fact that we all might have our own Carl. I know that sounds silly, but especially in med school, I think it's really easy to get caught up in the momentum. To tell yourself that you don't have enough time or enough energy, you can't take the risk of stopping and looking at what's going on. Talking to someone else about it. Talking to yourself about it. Talking to your family about it. But if you don't, it's going to sit in there for like 5 years and then you're going to need to do physical therapy. And that's going to be so lame. And yes, it hurts. It hurts when you talk about it. It might hurt for days, it might hurt for weeks. You might have to watch like Just Scandal. Don't do the Percocet unless it's prescribed to you. Scandal for sure. But despite the pain of it, the second you start talking about it, the second you look at it and you see it for what it is, that's the moment you start getting better. Thank you.